Welcome back, folks. My name is Joseph Igo, and today we are previewing the seventh race of the NASCAR Cup Series season at Martinsville Speedway this coming Sunday. So the dust has kind of settled a little bit on the season as we've kind of gotten some more races under our belt. We've seen, kind of the top dogs kind of separate themselves from the pack a little bit, and now we kind of got an idea of, who are the front runners, who are struggling, and who are some of the good guys who are kind of struggling, who we kind of need to get back on track. So Martinsville is a good place to do that, I think. Kind of similar to the last two weekends. It's tough to argue with Las Vegas that the last few weeks have been tracks that bring drivers to the front. Obviously, good drivers to the front. Obviously, Homestead's one of those where the good guys are going to run up front no matter what, pretty much. Las Vegas, we kind of got a little convoluted in the strategy, but that being said, though, I think Josh Berry has had a lot better season than people have given him credit for, and I think I think Josh Berry will be a contender this weekend. We'll get into that later when we get into our race winner and our drivers who we think will be in the mix. So, but yeah, so dust has kind of settled, which is very nice coming out after we came off those two super speedways. We've got a really good sample size now and kind of have an idea with what we're working with this season. So it's exciting. I love it. So so really kind of looking back at this race, everybody's kind of talking about, oh, well, Ryan Blaney is the guy to beat here at these short flat ovals. But if you look back at the past couple spring races, it's really been a Hendrick show more so than anything. So it's going to be really interesting to kind of see what happens here because I don't know who to pick. I don't know who to pick at all. I mean, I could wait and do this after qualifying, but then this video is not going to get any views. I have to do this earlier, so it feels like I'm kind of shooting in the dark a little bit because I don't know what to kind of expect here. But I think there's really two routes where this will go, and I'll get to more of that in my race predictions and stuff. But I think a big question heading into the weekend will be how does the racing look at Martinsville? Are people able to pass? Is there going to be tire wear? Will it be exciting? That's really the big question. A lot of people are throwing around Martinsville as a potential championship racetrack, which I won't ever subscribe to that idea. Maybe if we did a 3-race championship round, maybe you could throw Martinsville in there. But as far as this being a one-off championship racetrack, for me, can't do it. Absolutely can't do it. But I would love for the racing to get better here because I love that this track is like the cutoff race for the championship. I think that is like one of the perfect spots to put it. And I think what we saw in the fall was a lot better product. Obviously, Ryan Blaney being able to drive from 10th to 1st in that final green flag run and chase down Chase Elliott for the win was super impressive. And I don't think he would have been able to do that even as far back as the spring, let alone the fall race prior. So impressive stuff from Blaney there, and I think I hope it's a sign of things to come. But as I mentioned earlier, the discrepancies between the spring and fall race have been dramatic, to say the least, as far as the contenders. But yeah, so I don't know. I think there's some contenders who, as far as drivers who have already won, who I think will definitely be in the mix here. And I guess with that, let's just get into my race winner and then the drivers who I think are going to be in the mix. So I actually do think it will be a new winner this week. I don't know. I'm looking deep inside and trying to see what my gut is telling me. Why is my gut telling me Alex Bowman's going to win? Obviously had a chance to win last week at Homestead. Couldn't hold off Kyle Larson there as he got on the wall with, I think, 4 or 5 laps remaining. Should be no shame in Alex Bowman losing to Kyle Larson that way, especially at that racetrack. But I think it's a sign of things to potentially come for Bowman because I think he has the most top 10s in the Cup right now. And he's probably got the top average running position, top average finish. And I mean, he's won at Martinsville before. And kind of like I said earlier, Hendrick kind of owns this spring window. I'm forgetting who won the year prior. I know Byron won last year, but prior to that, it might have been Bell, which we're going to get into. Bell is definitely going to be in the mix this week. I don't know. I think it's going to be a Hendrick driver. My gut's telling me Hendrick. And for whatever reason, I think it's going to be Alex Bowman. I don't know why. I'm going with Alex Bowman for whatever reason. Drivers who I think will be in the mix, obviously Ryan Blaney, I think will have a good shot. It's just a matter of his dominant performances have come in the fall, not necessarily in the spring. That being said, everybody kind of is subscribing to the fact that Ryan Blaney is the fastest guy at Martinsville at the moment, at least. So we'll see. I'm not counting him out completely at all. I mean, I'm saying he's going to be in the mix, and he could absolutely win this race, but I just, for whatever reason, my gut's telling me not to pick him for the win, but certainly I think we'll be in the mix. Christopher Bell could absolutely win this race. I would not be shocked at all. He is, in my opinion, probably the best short flat oval driver in the series. A lot of people say Blaney. I still say Bell because, I mean, look at his performance at Martinsville, Phoenix, New Hampshire. That's my evidence for suggesting that Bell, I think, is the best short track driver, or at least flat short track driver. Could absolutely win. Would be his 4th win of the season. That would be a huge moment for Christopher Bell. And I remember I heard earlier this week that I don't remember who was talking about this, but apparently Adam Stevens, I think it was, set the goal for double-digit Cup wins this season. Which, whew, yikes! If I mean, that's a lofty goal. Even falling short of that could be an incredible season, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Another driver who I think will be in the mix, Josh Berry. I do think Josh Berry will be in the mix. He started second last week. Obviously, the 2 weeks prior ran really, really well. Won in Vegas out of nowhere. This is the type of track you expect more out of Josh Berry than something like a Homestead or a Las Vegas. I mean, he ran well at Phoenix, which is a track in the ballpark of Martinsville. And yeah, I absolutely think Josh Berry will be in the mix. I feel like we've kind of mentioned that before in the last year. Kind of, obviously he's a short track specialist. Didn't see those results necessarily. I don't know where he finished at Martinsville last year, but for whatever reason, I do think he's going to be in the mix. William Byron, Kyle Larson absolutely will be in the mix. You could even throw Chase Elliott in here, but I'm not throwing Chase Elliott in here right now. I just don't know if I've seen enough. Yes, he did lead a lot of laps here in the fall race, but this is the spring race. Like I've said, there's been a lot of discrepancy, and for whatever reason, I just haven't liked what I've seen from the 9 car in the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I've liked a lot more what I've seen from Larson, and obviously Byron is. I could go as far as to say Byron could be, if you average out the whole season, Byron might be the best driver. I'm still putting Bell up there right now just because of the 3 wins, but William Byron has had a fantastic season. William Byron could absolutely win this race. Kyle Larson, coming off his win last week, would not be shocked if he got it done again for a 2nd consecutive week. Not typically, he would even admit this, that it's not really his best track, but it's Kyle Larson. I mean, he's good everywhere. I mean, he might try to deny it, but he's good everywhere. And then Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's probably the last guy I'm going to mention here. I mean, we all know how good Denny is here. It's just a matter of, getting that track position and keeping it up front and staying up front and staying out of trouble. And obviously, I think Denny's obviously capable of that. Kind of was like last couple weeks, he hasn't had race winning speed, but he's been in the mix. That's kind of where I expect him again. He could absolutely win this race. I'm not denying that. He could absolutely win this race. But I think he'll be more of a, 3rd to 7th type of guy this weekend. I mean, he's proven time and time again he will compete here, and he will put himself in the mix to win. But I'm not going to pick him as my winner, but certainly one to watch this weekend. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you tune in at, race time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Martinsville Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series. Make sure y'all tune in and stay tuned for my coverage after that race. Thank y'all. God bless.